I'm going to give you everything that you need to know about the Winter Convergence Festival as quickly and cleanly as I can. The main goal of this festival is to earn tokens, increase your reputation so you can buy things out of the Winter Convergence shop. We're going to go over all the items in a second, but first let's go over how to earn the tokens to buy the items out of the shop. The first way you earn these items is by doing quests given to you by the Winter Wanderer. You can find the Winter Wanderer at Winter Villages in 4 different locations: East Everfall, South Monarch's Bluffs, North Weaver's Fen, and West Brightwood. You only have to visit one of these locations, but you can turn in and accept quests at any of them. There is a reason to visit the 4 different winter villages, but we'll get into that in a second. Another way to earn tokens is by finding presents and exchanging them at a holiday hut in a winter village. It's going to cost you 3 presents for 1 token, and you can find these presents both on the ground and floating in the sky. The floating presents are more lucrative, as if you shoot them down, they're going to give you around 20 presents. Similarly to presents, you can also exchange gleamite for tokens. It is going to cost you 10 gleamite for 1 token, but if you buy the food out of the winter shop, you can actually double the amount of gleamite that you earn while you're harvesting it. Gleamite spawns only happen at night, and they're basically just a big meteor that falls from the sky and explodes. If there's one nearby, you're going to hear a noise similar to a corrupted portal spawning, but instead you're going to see an explosion in the sky, and gleamite is going to spread in a small area around it. You can grab the small things of gleamite with your hands, but you can mine more gleamite off of the veins. If you're in a settlement, make sure that you visit the Trees of Light. When you loot these trees, it's going to reward you with a gift that you can open that's going to offer you some tokens. The better the gift is wrapped, the more tokens you're going to receive. You can also receive lock boxes out of these gifts that have items inside of them. And the first 3 trees that you loot each day are going to reward you with a diamond gypsum that you can exchange to up your expertise. Similarly to the trees, you can also loot the bag next to the Winter Wanderer for wrapped gifts. You can visit all 4 of the winter villages each day and loot these bags, so that's a reason to visit all 4 of them. The final way to earn tokens is through town boards. They're going to work basically the same as normal town boards, except there's going to be some winter themed things that you can craft, and your quests are going to go towards upgrading the tree at that settlement, which is going to allow you to get better wrapped presents from it. Now that you're earning winter tokens, let's talk about earning reputation, so that way you can unlock all the tiers of this shop and spend them. You're going to need 10,000 reputation to unlock the final tier of items. You're going to earn reputation similarly to how you earn tokens, but the amounts are going to vary wildly. Town board quests are going to offer you around 5 reputation for each quest that you turn in. The gift bags next to the Winter Wanderer are going to offer you 125 reputation, so that's another big reason to visit all 4 of the winter villages each day. The presents on the ground are going to give you 5 reputation, and the floating presents are going to give you 25 reputation. Similarly, the small gleamite piles are going to offer you 5 reputation, and the big gleamite veins are going to offer you 25. Each Tree of Light is going to give you a different amount of reputation depending on its tier. It starts at 50 and gets all the way up to 150 reputation each, so visiting multiple settlements is a good way of upping your reputation pretty quickly. The quests from the Yeti are going to offer you around 500 reputation each. If you do all 7, that's 3,500 reputation out of the 10,000 that you're going to need. Keep in mind that these quests are going to send you into ice caves, and you're likely going to need a group to complete the later ones. The first 3 caves are going to be level 25, so they're pretty easily soloable by anybody max level. Here are the locations of all 6 of the ice caves that the quests are going to send you to. They are in Southeast Everfall, South Monarch's Bluff, and West First Light. In the later quests, you're going to be sent to some higher level caves. First one is going to be a level 61 cave in Southern Ebonscale. After that, you're going to be sent to a level 62 cave in North Eden Grove. And finally, a level 65 cave in North Shattered Mountains. Alright, to visit this store, all you have to do is visit the Winter Wanderer and hit Open Convergence Shop. As you can see, it looks basically just like the faction shop. It's got the tiers on the left here, and then all the items spread out on the right. The first tier is just going to be a bunch of food that you're going to be able to buy that's going to increase a specific attribute and then allow you to get double gleamite. It does only last for 25 minutes, so you're probably going to want to wait to get the double gleamite until you're actually around gleamite. As you can see, there is a lower tier of basically every item here. This is starting at level 15 is the lowest, and they're all ice themed. You can get any weapon out of here, and they all come with their main attribute. You can also get all of the armor here. As you see, there is light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and then a piece of armor for each set. What's actually some of the better stuff in the shop is the furniture. There is a chair, a shelf in the first tier. If you continue to scroll down, There is a nightstand, a lantern, and a rabbit sculpture. If you actually look, you can notice that the icons underneath the furniture is different than the icons underneath all of the armor. That's because the furniture is going to cost you premium winter tokens, which are basically just 25 winter tokens combined. So the nightstand is going to cost you 25 tokens, the snow-capped lantern is going to cost you 50, and then the rabbit is going to cost you 125. What I forgot to point out is that your ranking is up here in the top right, and you can see exactly how much reputation you need to get to the next rank. If we keep scrolling down, we are getting into more and more items that are just better, higher tiers. I'm not going to cover all the items because they are basically the same thing, but we are going to look at the furniture. We got a dining table here, we got a chandelier, and then we got a snow-capped boar sculpture, which is actually one of the most expensive things in the shop. As you see, it costs 10 premium tokens. These are the other more expensive things, which are in the final tier of the reputation. You can get a festive toy rabbit, which is a pet, a give present emote, and then the Winter's Wanderer cloak, which I'm pretty sure is a transmog. And then we get into the top tier of items. So these actually aren't crazy good items, but there is something interesting that I found. If you look at the swords and the shields, there are all 3 different types of shields if you do look here. But if you look at the attributes, the shields are actually going to give you plus 25 constitution, and the sword is going to give you plus 25 strength. If you don't know, the normal max for the attributes on sword and shield are 15, so I don't know if this is intentional. This is on the PTR, but we'll see if it goes all the way through. It would be cool if they were, because they do offer some pretty good luck here. This plus 2.4 chance. Every weapon is actually going to give you the plus 2.4% chance. But if we scroll down here to the armors are actually just going to give you corruption resistance, so it's not super useful unless you're planning on spending a lot of time in corrupted zones. Continuing to scroll down, we do have a bed down here and a bookcase and then a stag sculpture. And what's actually kind of cool about these is that there are patterns for all of the items that are in the shop. So if you're a crafter and you want to be able to make these items, they only cost 1 winter token each, so you can get them all pretty easily. There were a bunch of other changes in this patch. If you want to see the PvP changes, here's my video on this here. If you want to see any of the other changes, I have videos on that as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more New World content. My name is Marcus, and thanks for watching.